What if space isn't empty anymore? Not just crowded, but unpredictable. In the first 6 months of 2025, Starlink satellites performed more than 145,000 collision avoidance maneuvers. That's not a typo. 145,000 times, satellites had to move to avoid something. And just a few years ago, a satellite performing 2 or 3 maneuvers per year was considered unusually busy. Now we're talking about multiple maneuvers per satellite every single month. Imagine driving down a highway where every car has to swerve constantly just to avoid hitting something. At some point, you stop asking where the cars are going and start asking what keeps appearing in the road. Because low Earth orbit is no longer empty. It's becoming one of the most crowded environments humanity has ever created. Thousands of satellites, millions of debris fragments, all moving faster than 28,000 kilometers per hour. And every object up there is on a collision course with something else. If you're enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. Because what's happening in orbit right now is only the beginning. Because if this trend continues, something far more dangerous could happen. A chain reaction of collisions. A cascading event that could turn parts of Earth's orbit into a permanent debris field. And if that sounds extreme, the numbers behind it are even worse. In 2019, there were roughly 2,000 active satellites orbiting Earth. Today, that number is approaching 10,000. And by the end of this decade, projections suggest there could be over 100,000. That's not gradual growth. That's an orbital explosion. Most of this expansion comes from something called satellite constellations. Instead of launching a few large satellites, companies now launch thousands of smaller ones working together as networks. Starlink alone already operates more satellites than the entire world combined just 10 years ago. And it's still expanding. But satellites themselves are only part of the story. Orbit is also filled with something far more dangerous. Debris, old satellites, fragments from collisions, tiny shards from explosions, even flecks of paint. NASA currently tracks more than 30,000 pieces of debris larger than 10 centimeters. But the real number is much higher. There are likely millions of smaller fragments racing around Earth at speeds exceeding 28,000 kilometers per hour. At that velocity, even a bolt the size of a coin can destroy a satellite, which means orbit is no longer just a place where spacecraft travel. It's a place where they survive. And survival depends on one thing: avoiding collisions. But recently, something has changed, because the number of avoidance maneuvers being performed is growing faster than the number of satellites themselves, which suggests the orbital environment is becoming less predictable. And unpredictability in space is a dangerous thing, because once collisions start happening, they don't just stay isolated events. They multiply. There is a scenario that keeps orbital engineers awake at night. It's called Kessler Syndrome. The idea was proposed in 1978 by NASA scientist Donald Kessler. And the concept is terrifyingly simple. Imagine 2 satellites collide. The impact creates thousands of debris fragments. Those fragments then collide with other satellites, creating even more debris, which causes more collisions and more debris. Eventually, the process becomes a chain reaction, a cascading avalanche of orbital destruction. At some point, the debris field becomes so dense that launching new satellites becomes impossible. Certain altitudes around Earth could become unusable for generations. No GPS, no satellite internet, no weather monitoring, no global communications. Human civilization would suddenly discover how much it depends on the fragile infrastructure floating a few hundred kilometers above our heads. For decades, scientists believed Kessler Syndrome was a distant possibility, something that might happen many decades in the future. But recently, some orbital dynamics experts have started asking a disturbing question. What if the chain reaction has already begun? Because the increasing number of avoidance maneuvers suggests something unusual. Satellites are dodging objects far more frequently than predicted, which means either our models are wrong, or something new is happening in orbit, and the clues may already be visible. On December 17th, 2025, a satellite called Starlink 35956 suddenly exploded. No warning, no collision, no debris impact, just a burst of energy originating inside the spacecraft. Within hours, fragments from the explosion spread across thousands of kilometers of orbital track. SpaceX later described the event as a propulsion system malfunction. But independent tracking networks noticed something unusual. The satellite had released what analysts called an internal energetic source. In simple terms, something inside the spacecraft released enough energy to destroy it. Now failures happen. Space is harsh. Hardware breaks. But this satellite had been in orbit for less than 1 month. Brand new, freshly deployed, which makes the explosion harder to explain. But the most interesting detail is what happened after. Within weeks of the incident, SpaceX announced a major change. Thousands of satellites would be moved to a lower orbit, about 70 kilometers lower. Officially, the reason was safety. Lower orbit means debris burns up faster, which reduces long-term collision risk. That explanation sounds reasonable, until you notice something strange. The satellite that exploded was already below the new target altitude, which means thousands of satellites were moved closer to the region where the unexplained explosion happened. Unless the danger wasn't located there, unless the danger was passing through. And if that idea sounds unlikely, the next clue makes it harder to ignore. Around the same time that satellites were performing thousands of evasive maneuvers, something else unusual was detected. An amateur satellite tracker in Canada picked up radio signals coming from orbit, signals that should not exist. The frequency band being used was reserved for uplinks only, commands sent from Earth to satellites. Nothing should be transmitted back down, but the signals were real, and they were coming from more than 170 satellites, all connected to a classified network known as Starshield. Now, the signals themselves were interesting for another reason. They carried very little data, speeds similar to early 3G mobile networks. That's incredibly slow for modern satellites. Starlink satellites normally transmit hundreds of megabits per second. So why would a classified network send tiny amounts of data through a hidden radio channel? One possibility is simple. These transmissions aren't carrying large files. They're carrying alerts, short messages, notifications, reports. And if thousands of satellites are watching orbit constantly, those alerts could represent something fascinating. Small anomaly reports, objects detected, heat signatures, unexpected movements. And if that's happening, the radio signals discovered by Scott Tilley might represent something extraordinary. A silent reporting network, a system quietly documenting unusual activity in orbit. But the biggest question remains unanswered. What kind of activity would require such a system? Many of the satellites being launched today are equipped with infrared sensors. These sensors detect heat against the cold background of space. Even tiny heat sources become visible. A missile launch, a rocket engine, a spacecraft firing thrusters, even a small object heating as it tumbles. Officially, these sensors exist for missile tracking. But buried inside technical documents is another phrase, anomaly detection. That means the sensors are not just looking for known objects. They're looking for unexpected ones. Anything that generates heat but does not match a known spacecraft signature. And if thousands of sensors are constantly scanning near-Earth space, they would effectively create the largest thermal monitoring system ever built. A planetary-scale network watching everything moving through orbit. Now imagine what that system might be. Uncatalogued debris, fragments from unknown breakups, objects whose trajectories change unexpectedly, or perhaps entirely new classes of orbital phenomena we do not fully understand, because space may not be as predictable as our models suggest, and the growing number of avoidance maneuvers hints at something unsettled. Orbit might be becoming dynamically unstable, but there's another piece of the story, and it may explain why governments are suddenly racing to build massive sensor networks. In early 2025, the United States announced a massive project known as Golden Dome. Its purpose is often described as missile defense, but when officials outline the architecture, they emphasize something interesting. The system would prioritize sensors, thousands of them, before building interceptors or weapons. The system must first understand what's happening in space. That alone suggests something important. We may not currently have a clear picture of the orbital environment, And if orbital traffic continues increasing at the current rate, that uncertainty could become dangerous. Because low Earth orbit isn't just where satellites live. It's where modern civilization runs its infrastructure. GPS timing for banking systems, weather monitoring, navigation, emergency communication, military coordination. Every one of those systems depends on spacecraft operating safely above our planet. If orbit becomes unstable, the consequences would ripple through nearly every technological system on Earth, which may explain why governments are deploying sensors so quickly, not just to track missiles, but to map the chaos developing in orbit. And yet, despite all these developments, one aspect of the story remains remarkably quiet. The public conversation. When satellites explode, governments usually talk about it. When debris clouds form, agencies issue warnings. When space becomes dangerous, the scientific community debates solutions openly. But recently, something different has happened. Many of these developments have been met with silence. Few public explanations, few detailed reports, and very little discussion about the rapidly growing number of avoidance maneuvers happening in orbit, which leaves us with an unsettling possibility. Low Earth orbit may be entering a new phase of its history. Not the calm infrastructure layer we imagined, but something closer to a chaotic orbital ecosystem. Thousands of satellites, millions of debris fragments, objects appearing where models didn't predict, spacecraft constantly maneuvering to survive. If that trend continues, humanity may soon face a strange new challenge. Managing traffic in the most dangerous highway ever built, the highway above Earth. And if satellites are already dodging objects thousands of times per month, one question becomes impossible to ignore. What exactly are they avoiding?